You might have noticed that Football Manager 25 didn't come out. But there's great mods that can help you have fun with Football Manager anyways! Yeah! Come on, room! Yeah, room! Yeah. I've taken the liberty of ranking the top 10 mods that you can apply to your Football Manager save to just make it better. Before we go too far, an honorable mention to the face packs, the logo packs, the real name fixes. It didn't feel right to include those sorts of things on this list, but they are like the beginning mods that basically everybody needs to enjoy Football Manager. The real name fix makes sure you're not playing against Blue Nary in the Champions League. You actually get the matchup against Inter. The face packs allow you to see the faces of a lot of the players in the game, and obviously the logo packs do the same thing for the logos. Those things, while not actually a part of the game, really make the game complete into themselves, and they deserve a shout out even if they're not going to be included in this list. Also, just in case somebody's clicking on this video right as they start playing Football Manager and they don't know they exist, so they do. You can have Rudiger staring back at you deep into your soul in no time. Number 10, the gold standard of Football Manager skins. The WTCS Gold 24 by TCS Skin and Work the Space. This in part is a placeholder for all of the wonderful skins that are used, and kind of like the face packs and the logo packs, you can pick from a wide variety of skins that fit your style. For example, I collaborated with the now retired FM Enhanced to make my own skin a couple of years back that I still port forward to each new game because it's most comfortable for me. But the most downloaded one is the WTCS, and it's easy to see why. Football Manager is a great game. It is. As much as sometimes I am at odds with the people that make it or at odds with certain decisions that go into making the game, it is a great game. That's why we're all pathologically addicted to it. Where Football Manager does not shine is the use of space in the normal skin. And the TCS Gold just cleans it up with better UI. It's the most popular skin because it doesn't overdo anything. It just makes the original skin better and gives you a cleaner, better use of space. There are a lot of skins that will go way farther than this and you may like them better, but this is the gold standard of streamlining the skin for personal enjoyment. And the link to this and every other mod that I'm going to talk about in this video is going to be in the description, so you don't have to go Googling right now. This has the added bonus of being very easy to install, like switching skins is just so easy to do. For example, I'm going to jump scare myself by switching to the Football Manager base skin. Why is it all so tiny?
That's what she said.
Number 9. It's a very simple one, but one that I absolutely love that just changes the way that saves play out. I promise there are massive complex mods coming later, but this is fixed PA to PA range, baby. All this mod does is change the fixed PA of every player that has an assigned fixed potential ability under the age of 23 and turn it into a range. It sounds simple, but the impact on the save itself is huge. But it's gonna require a brief dive into like the Football Manager matrix. So let's go. Right. So Football Manager potential is given on a rating of 1 to 200 in the back code of the game. In that code, certain players like a Phil Foden, a Jude Bellingham, a Bukayo Saka, who are a little on in their career, they've played for a few years, they don't have a potential range if they're still under the age of 23. They have a hard-coded range. Well, it's not a range, it's just a number. And there are a lot of these players, from Jude Bellingham, whose hard-coded potential ability is 188, to Saka at 186, all the way down to guys like Kim Tae-hyun, whose hard-coded potential ability is 108. See, everybody thinks it's just the top guys, but there are a lot of 21 and 22-year-olds that have hard-coded potential ability in Football Manager. Even a 19-year-old like Anderson Duarte, it's hard-coded. What this does is return all under 23 players to the potential ability range. So let's say their hard-coded potential ability is 163. Well, that would make their range 150 to 180 again. Or for Jude Bellingham, it would make his potential range 170 to 200, meaning that his potential ability could land anywhere within that range once the save starts. So the save will start for Xavi Simons, and his potential ability could be 180, but it could be 150. And you can see the kind of variety that this provides within the game. Aren't you glad you took a trip to the Matrix? Look, it's not even real. It falls. It's an illusion. But if the potential ability stuff is proving too hard, or you think the ranges are too annoying, there is another file in the download of this mod that allows you to set every player's potential as the top of their range. Makes, the future players are going to be a little bit better, but it is a set number at that point. Number 8, the FM Inside Media Pack. Some of these things I have no idea who has the time to put them together, but this is an immersion mod. It adds a really serious element of realism by replacing all of the kind of fake media in the game with thousands and thousands of real media characters and outlets that you have to interact with. There are over 2,400 different types of media introduced, including websites, TV shows, like regional and local newspapers, and they populate your press conferences. They're the ones that are texting you before or after matches or during transfer sagas. They're the one popping up in your social media feed. Is this going to fundamentally change the way that you play the game? No. It's an immersion mod. It's fun. But is it going to make playing the game cooler? Yes. Even if you don't do press conferences, you still have to interact and deal with the media, and you can start real-life beef with somebody like Fabrizio Romano. So I'm in my introductory press conference. I've got the Athletic, Sport Bible, ITV Sport, Football London, the Daily Stars here, BBC London 94.9. Number 7, the FM Increase Realism Pack. This is not an ambiance mod. This is not an immersion mod. This is a mod that will both provide immersion and change the way that you have to play the game. It is a very, very dangerous mod to try to make, but Dave here has done a very good job of it, and this is always one of the highest regarded mods on Football Manager. As they say, it is the result of years of research and constant refinement and aims to make the in-game football world more authentic, dynamic, and logical in every aspect. They acknowledge that Football Manager is already a good, well-built game capable of lasting you thousands of hours in some cases. But they also go out to make deep changes that I'm just going to cut it down to the last line here. Increase difficulty and long-term balancing, ensuring more challenging and dynamic saves. I'm talking changes to transfer negotiation AI logic, changes to where players want to go, changes to contract structures so that they're more logical and make more sense. Basically trying to go around and close little loopholes that long-time players of Football Manager will know and know how to exploit. But it doesn't just do that. It does other things like adding the FIFA U17 World Cup, filling in missing data for over 1,500 clubs that are in the game, from rivals to stadium names to where they are in cities. It even integrates a bigger impact from the climate during matches and adjusts injury probability. It's an all-around quality improvement mod that through years of testing and refinement gives you a grittier, no shine or varnish, realistic experience in Football Manager. Number 6. This is a bit awkward for me, but I gotta throw this in somewhere because it's one of the most downloaded mods for Football Manager of all time. The Nugan Face Pack mod. This was a passion project for me. As somebody that played Football Manager for a good long while before I started making videos about it, I always wanted a way to put realistic faces on new gens. And one day somebody sent me an email, and that email basically said, I think I know a way if you can help me find people to do this stuff. And I promise you I did very little, but I did help them find people to do that stuff. And assembled an Avengers team that built a face pack of 100,000 faces that can assign those faces in an ethnically accurate way to new gens generated in your game. That's how, in my journeyman save that I played on Twitch for a very long time, Jesus Pareja, who is a Spanish defensive midfielder, has an ethnically accurate face. And the way to check is you can right-click, and you see that is his Nugan face in the game. So it's able to pick up on the skin color and the ethnicity of these players in the game, no matter their nationality or anything else. To me, it is still like the coolest thing I've ever been a part of. I'm so proud of it, and I hope that it continues to make y'all's games great. Because a Wonder Kid that's got a face like that, I mean, it's just so much better. Number 5 is the World Super League mod by Darth Furion. A lot of people have taken a crack at this, but this is the most popular one, and it's been in use for a while. This isn't the whole European Super League idea. This is a legit World Super League. It is a whole world controlled conversion mod. When you download it, it comes complete with not only the editor data you need, but the graphics as well. And obviously, we're not talking about face packs and logo packs. You probably already have those. We're talking about competitions, because it's creating a whole bunch of new competitions and trophies and backgrounds for those various things. England's competitions have been converted into a wild ladder of some of the biggest teams, with teams like Hibs, Hull, and Ipswich matching up against Nach Breda and Van Wiesbaden. And when you go into the Ultimate Edition, there are options for a 32-team top league, 64-team top league, or even 96-team top league in the database. So there are multiple ways to play this out, but it essentially removes the difference between all of the different leagues in the game. And if you ever wanted to take your club to the top of all of the clubs, this was your chance to live out Florentino Perez's ultimate dream. Number 4 is the Misters Retro 2013-2014 database. This thing is so cool. Now, I obviously work with this guy on databases for videos that we do on this channel, but his heart and soul, and honestly what keeps him from being able to work on more databases for videos we're doing, is him working on this database. It has all of these leagues rolled back to the 2013-2014 season, with all of the rosters recreated. I mean, even when you load the database in, it's the Barclays Premier League, right? But I can move it all around. The Skrill Premier, which would be the 5th division. But maybe the coolest part for me is that you will also see 14,500 regens appear over the 10 years, including the likes of Erling Haaland or Kylian Mbappe. So as you play through the last 10 years of ball, you will uncover all of the players that emerge in real life. You'll actually be living the accurate timeline. You get fun things like Mauricio Pochettino coaching at Southampton. If you're a Manchester United fan, look away, because we're looking at Wayne Rooney, Robin van Persie, Ashley Young, Rio Ferdinand, and of course, Marwan Fellaini. Yaya Toure. David Silva, Vincent Kompany, Sergio Aguero. And there's so many leagues like this that have been painstakingly rolled back. It's the type of mod that gives you a whole new experience in the game. Number 3, the FM24 to FM25 DLC. It's a full complement of different things that you can download into your editor data folder, a compilation of different mods that allows you to transition your game from the game that came out more than a year and a half ago in FM24 into what it is now post-January transfer window of 2025. I mean, just to give you an idea of where we were when FM24 came out, Jack Grealish starts the game wanted by Real Madrid. And Cole Palmer, he hadn't played a game for Chelsea yet. That's how long ago this was. Well, now, advanced a year, just if you look at the Premier League, you have, teams like Ipswich in the right division for where they are in real life. And guys like Rasmus Højlund end up on the same team. Anybody that's transferred over the last year plus ends up on the right team with these adjustments. And it's for basically every league in the game. So you can just pick up and go as if FM20 came out and it was basically a reskin, which, let's be honest, sometimes Football Manager is basically just a data update anyways. And as much as we hate on that, it would have been nice to have one this year. And fortunately, the FM24 to 25 DLC provides that. There have been data updates before for Football Manager, but this is obviously the largest one that's ever had to be done. The game's never not come out for a year. Number 2, and this one is insane. It's the FM Tweak Match Engine mods. I obviously made an entire video about this because it is such a paradigm shifting moment for modding Football Manager, because you might have noticed that all of the mods I've talked about so far have involved editing easier parts of the game, whether it be the UI or rearranging clubs and players and data and rule sets in order to create more immersive experiences or more unique ones. This goes in and changes the code of the match engine to provide a different experience. And if you've played Football Manager for a long time before, you'll recognize that the plays like the ones I'm showing you right now don't really happen. Like they're new, they're unique. They go in and adjust a lot of the different parameters of the match engine to give it a different feel, either a more realistic one, a more rugged one, a more arcadey one. And they've got this whole big fancy website. Like the people behind this went all out. They emailed me multiple times with details about the project and everything. They are very, very ambitious and creative and on top of it. And they are looking to shake things up. And I'm beyond impressed by the ability of these people, who are also also standing on the shoulders of, people from Korea and the Chinese Football Manager community as well that made kind of preliminary match engine changes to really go out there and adjust the code of the game. It's not a mod that you need, but it can completely change the feel of the game for you and create a whole new experience. And the best mod for Football Manager is the League's Mega Pack. Football Manager is awesome because of how big the world is, but amazingly, the base game of Football Manager only scratches the surface of the number of teams that are available for you to pick. And there are two great, highly downloaded League's Mega Packs that both work wonders. There's this one by Quirt, and then there's also one by Timo. This adds 183 different nations to the game, while the Quirt Pack adds 200 leagues. When you go to add and remove leagues after this is selected, this is the number of leagues that you have available to play in Asia alone. This is Africa. Europe, kind of largely the same. North America, you can play in the freaking San Martin League. Real players and everything. If you want to start your managerial career in American Samoa, Micronesia, or Turks and Caicos, you can. Both of these databases will give you an incredible opportunity to experience managing in the real world of football, where all of these leagues exist. Although, and I cannot confirm this, if you load all of them, your computer might explode. Maybe. But you can load a lot of them. This mod's number one for me because it gets you as close as possible to being able to manage in a real life environment where every nation has the league that they have in real life. If you want any of them, of course, the links are all down in the description. I will see you on stream. And if you want to take a closer look at the match engine mod I was talking about, that video is going to be attached right up there. Going to be a whole lot of looks at a whole lot of different weird things. And we play a match in each one of their different match engine versions, including one where they just turned every setting up the max and it breaks the game, unsurprisingly.